Good day. In this video, I'm going to discuss the probability sampling design. Let us first define what is probability sampling. It is defined as a sampling technique in which a researcher chooses samples from the larger population using a method based on the theory of probability, meaning all individuals in the population sharing equal chance or it undergoes individuals undergo in random process. Let's talk about kinds of probability sampling design. The first one, we have simple random sampling. It is a subset of individuals chosen from a larger set in which a subset of individuals are chosen randomly, all with the same probability. In simple random sampling, each subset of K individuals has the same probability of being chosen for the sample as any other subset of K individuals. The formula, you have the lowercase n and over the uppercase n. If you will still not remember, the lowercase n or sample in our topic, which is sample size, this is the sample size. Then, the uppercase n, this is the population. Say that you have the sample size of 100 over the number of population, which is 1,000. The probability is 10%. Therefore, all of you in the population, which is 1,000, all of you sharing same probability or same chance, which is 10%. Okay, steps on how to conduct the simple random sampling design. Number one, you have to make a list, assign a sequential number that will serve as sample frame, the list of which your the list of which you will do the simple random sampling, figure out what your sample size is going to be, use as a random number generator. The old school here, in order for you to randomize the list, is the lottery method, wherein you will place their names with their corresponding number, then you will pull that out. It's either in a box, then choose define your sample size. Other way, other ways in getting the random number, you have your Excel, the Microsoft Excel. You can use that in order for you to generate random number. Okay, that is for simple random sampling. Stratified random sampling. The second one we have the stratified random sampling. It's a type of probability sampling using which a research organization can branch off the entire population into multiple non-overlapping homogeneous group or the strata, and randomly choose final members from the various strata for research, which reduces cost and improves efficiency. We have two types of stratified random sampling. The first one, you have the proportionate stratified random sampling, and this is the formula. You have the lowercase n, then you have the subscript h, lowercase h equals, you have the uppercase n, then subscript of lowercase h divided by the uppercase n, then times the lowercase n, where the lowercase n subscript of lowercase h, that is the sample size for h th with superscript of th stratum. Then you have the uppercase n with a subscript of lowercase h, population size for h superscript th stratum. You have the uppercase n, that is your size of the entire population, then you have the n that is equal to size of entire sample. We call this formula, this is one kind of stratified random sampling, which is what we call the proportionate stratified sampling. For instance, we have here a given, we have, wait, Okay, we have here a stratum. By the way, you can form this strata by their age, through their socioeconomic status, through their educational attainment, and through their gender. Here, in my example, I form strata using their age. I have here 18 to 25. For instance, I am trying to study the religion of these 5,000 individuals in the population. I have here 18 to 25. Under 18 to 25, I have 500 in the population. Then 26 to 33, the population size is 1,000. 34 to 41, the population size is 1,500. 42 to 49, the population size is 2,000. Then, I have here, using the Slogin's formula, I will identify what will be the sample size of this population in Slogin's formula. I have here 5,000 times plus 100, 1,500 plus 1,500, 3,000. Then you have here the 2,000 equals to 5,000. Okay, let us fix this. Okay. Okay, I have here, all in all, I have the population which is 5,000. The confidence level that I'm going to use is 95%. Therefore, the margin of error is 0.05. Using the Slogin's formula, I have here the lowercase n equals uppercase n divided by 1 plus uppercase n, then lowercase e squared. I'm going to plug the equivalent for this one, 18 to 25, 500 divided by 1 plus 500 times 0.05 squared. 0.05 squared, that is equivalent to 0.0025 times 5,000, that is 12.5. Plus 1, that is 13.5. Therefore, I have here 5,000 divided by 13.5, that is equal to 370. Now, I already defined the size, the sample size, the size for the entire sample. Now, okay, I have now the 370. I will plug this on the formula, which is NH equals NH. Then you have that here, the divided by N times N. I will plug the formula for NH. I have that is equal to uppercase NH, which represent to the population size for this stratum, and the N is the size of the entire population. The NH, that is equivalent to 500, the N, which is the size of the entire population, is 5,000 because you have 500 plus 1,000 plus 1,500 plus 2,000, that is 5,000. Plugging the equivalent, you have 5,000 divided by 500 divided by 5,000 times 370. I have here the 37. Therefore, my final sampling size result is 37 for 500 population size under the age of 18 to 25. Then, you can do the simple random sampling in order for you to get this 37 in the 500. Then, do that on the other strata. Then this one. Here, I yield 74, I yield 111, I yield 148. All in all, this is equivalent to the sample size in respect to your sample size, which is 370. If you will notice also, you will notice there is a internal simple random sampling on this sampling design, which is proportionate stratified sampling design. Next, you can also do this. Some researchers do this one. You have now the stratum, you have the 18 to 25, 26 to 33, 34 to 41, 42 to 49. The population size is 500, 1,000, 1,500, then 2,000. Some of the researchers, to make it proportion, they use the one half, the proportionate fraction, which is one half. For instance, for 500, the one half of 500 is 250. For 1,000, that is 500. For 1,500, that is 750. For 2,000, that is the one half of 2,000 is 1,000. In this case, class, you define the sample size, but this is also, you can also do this in terms of your research study, although you define your sample size. Another one, we have that is proportionate stratified random sampling, wherein here the researcher uses different fraction. That's why we call this proportionate. Okay, you can use 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5. However, the precision should be considered here for certainty. Okay? Next, we have the systematic random sampling. The definition, systematic sampling is defined as probability sampling method where the researcher chooses elements from a target population by selecting a random starting point and select sample members after a fixed sampling interval. We have here the formula. We have the population size over the sample size, which is, example, you have 20 over 5. If I have population of 20, then my sample size is 5. That is equal to 4. The 4 here is the systematic sampling interval. If I'm going to use the systematic random sampling, it will be on this way. I have here the systematic sample interval, which is 4. I can start anywhere, or say I will start on the number 2. I will count 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is one of my respondents. Then I will count again 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is also my respondents until I go to my sample size, until I reach my sample size. Another form of systematic random sampling, say my systematic random interval is 4. Say I will count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one is my respondent. Then count again 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one, next to 4 is my respondent. Okay, the first one, take a look on the first. Okay, take a look on the first one. Say I will start here. One form of systematic random sampling. I will start on number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 4 is one of my respondents. Then I will count 1, 2, 3, 4. Another number 4, that is my respondents. Just like how you are a group class in a school. Then, okay, another form is I will count 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next to this is my respondent. Then count again 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next to this is my respondent. That is another form until I reach my sample size. Another form, class, we have this one. Say I randomly choose this one. Say this one. Then I will add the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my respondent. Say I randomly choose this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is my respondent. That is the third. By the way, class, in okay, next we have cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is a probability sampling technique where researchers divide the population into multiple groups or clusters. For research, the researchers then select random groups with a simple random or systematic random sampling technique for data collection and data analysis. Say this one, I have here, say all of these are players, basketball players, basketball players, baseball players, soccer player. You can group them or what we call the cluster. Then you will do the simple random sampling or it's either the systematic random sampling. However, you have also class to consider your sample size here. Next. Okay, we have the last one, we have the multi-stage sampling. It's defined as sampling method that divides the population into groups or cluster for conducting research. It is a complex form of cluster sampling. Say, I'm going to study. There is an issue to the teachers. Say, I will use the by division. I will form a I will form here a cluster based on the municipalities. Municipalities of Albay, municipalities of Rapu-Rapu, municipalities of Tiwi, and so on, Kamalig, and so on and so forth. Then I will do the random sampling. Then those who remain, I will identify the schools. For those who remain in the municipalities, I will identify the schools. Then I will do the simple random sampling on the schools. After that, I will get the names of all teachers. Then I will also do the simple random on the teachers based on the sample size. Thank you. That's all. Goodbye.